More than 500,000 Texans were without power today following Hurricane Nicholas. Those outages come as state leaders have maintained the power grid is fixed and even improved. Here to talk about this is Glenn Smith from Progress Texas and former Texas GOP Chairman James Dickey. Thank you both for being here.
Sure.
Thank you.
State leaders and power companies have repeatedly said our grid is stable and Texans have nothing to worry about. But again, more than 500,000 Texans were without power this morning after the storm. Glenn, what do you make of this?
Well, let's start with this. I think we don't ever know where storms are going to hit, right? And what that tells us to do is to make sure the entire electric grid in Texas is in exquisite shape to guarantee electricity to everybody in the state. We haven't done that. For years, state leaders have let the electric companies off the hook, saying you don't have to winterize, you don't have to invest in your infrastructure. And then these emergencies happen and the cost of the destruction is passed along to the ratepayers, to the citizens. It's time state leaders woke up, required power companies to modernize, keep their equipment safe, and provide electricity through all kinds of emergencies.
Glenn, will this stretch of power outages come back on lawmakers who said they'd fixed the grid, or is it going to take some time?
No, I think they'll pay a political price for it in the long run, if not in 2022, because we don't know when these power outages are going to stop. We don't know what happens during the next winter storm here. We know weather extremes are more and more common because of the climate crisis, and we're not prepared for it. You know, one thing we could do is join one of the nationwide, one of the east or west power grids, so we'd have some help with our grid in these emergencies. We don't do that. We don't do it because we wanted to allow power companies to keep all the profits for themselves and make as little investment as possible. And it's time to end that regime and put the people first.